Care Professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at WisCaregiverCDCP.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle.
Hey, Greg Scalzo here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Sunday Night Baseball is in the Bay this weekend for a battle of playoff teams.
He swings and he hits a high drive deep down the left field line. Headed for Berkeley.
The division-leading Braves visit the Giants.
Ronald Acuna, drive on the first pitch that he sees, back to the wall. Look at here, a home run and a tie ball game.
Our coverage starts Sunday evening at 5 right here on Milwaukee's home for Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio, 94.5 ESPN. From the tee box to the green and everything golf-related in between.
Same thing with Xander and Cantlay. Like those four, because you know you're just going to pair them together. Like those four are safe on this Ryder Cup team. They're safe in 2 years on that Ryder Cup team.
On the tee with Gabe Neitzel and Stephen Watson.
Like JT and Spieth are still your horses. Like they are still your first team out.
On the tee with Gabe and Stephen. Presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips. Mondays at 6 on 94.5 ESPN. This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby. Hall of Famer Tony Smith, you said you want people to give me
you got some names?
A hip-hop name?
MC Homer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys love
it's MC. He knows my love for MC.
MC Homer Hedge. MC Homer Hedge.
Yeah, you like that.
Sage Steele said Barbara Walters squared up on her backstage. You know, did like a Google search. Don't do it, though. What came up was not good, and I don't know if you're on work Wi-Fi, but it's not going to be good what comes up.
What do you mean?
Pornographic material came up.
Oh, okay. I think you can use that word on this show.
I know, I just did.
What is it again, so I can avoid it?
No, I did Sage Steele versus Barbara Walters.
That's the first time that's ever been said.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. This is Homer and Tony.
In perfect harmony. Guaranteed, because we have today, I believe, and your memory's better than mine and Pebbles as well.
I don't know.
Well, that's why I'll qualify
this. Pebbles seems like
this whole qualify. I believe this is the most positive said, most positive comment made about the Packers and Jordan Love. Would you agree with that, Pebble?
Yes, post Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
Right,
yes.
And this comes from a guy who I need to study his work a little bit more in terms of his predictions, but I've always thought he was pretty good. The former defensive back, right?
Yep, Dominique Foxworth spoke yesterday on Get Up on ESPN. Has some positive things to say about the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. In fact, like Homer said, the most positive things that's been said, he thinks the Green Bay Packers could win a Super Bowl with Love in the next few years. Listen to Dominique Foxworth on Get Up yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round who don't have the talent to be great. I think that he is in the situation where he is showing his talent and he's at the time to learn around or behind a great quarterback the same way Aaron Rodgers had. So maybe he won't be a Hall of Famer, but the point is not necessarily get to the Hall of Fame. The point is to win championships. And I think they've had a championship caliber team for the last 4 or 5 years. They have not necessarily done it, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the next couple years under Jordan Love. He's shown the ability, and as long as Brian Gutekunst, I didn't think I was going to come on here and be like the biggest Brian Gutekunst like celebrator, but Lil Goody put together a roster after roster after roster. Goody doing his thing.
Who was laughing in the background when he said
the world, I believe?
Absolutely. He said, absolutely. Play it at the beginning again, Pebble.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, come on, dude. Really? A Super Bowl?
Well, so it's expectations for him. No, he gave us a qualifier that was very important. The qualifier was the standard he has for first round draft choice quarterbacks, which I think is crazy because I think you can make a list, a ton that did not have the talent to be great, but maybe that means they have the talent to be good enough if the team is great. But that's the qualifier for Jordan Love, even though he was a late first round pick, which I would also say does not present the incredibly high expectations that can occur early in the first round. But, the expectations for him. A championship quality team the last 4 or 5 years.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, no, that's what
they have
he
been?
said about the Packers. And, I mean, last year it changed because there was no Davante Adams, I would think. But so let's play it one more time. And I want to emphasize this as we're not creating Jordan Love hype. There's no hype here. We are the international headquarters for all the information about Jordan Love. The most information. When it's been very negative, we've played it. Well, who is the guy from CBS Sports? Adam Shine?
Yes.
And it is of note to me that you can have as wide a range of expectations about Jordan Love as Adam Shine and Foxworthy have. But again, let's listen again. And I think the question was, what are your expectations for him and the Packers, right?
Yeah, if they can make it to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round who don't have the talent to be great. I think that he is in the situation where he is showing his talent and he's at the time to learn around or behind a great quarterback the same way Aaron Rodgers had. So maybe he won't be a Hall of Famer, but the point is not necessarily get to the Hall of Fame. The point is to win championships. And I think they've had a championship caliber team for the last 4 or 5 years. They have not necessarily done it, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the next couple years under Jordan Love. He's shown the ability, and as long as Brian Gutekunst, I didn't think I was going to come on here and be like the biggest Brian Gutekunst like celebrator, but Lil Goody put together a roster after roster after roster. Goody doing his thing.
Lil Goody.
The Goody doing his thing.
Lil Goody got a rap name. Lil Goody.
Yeah. A championship caliber team the last 4 or 5 years. That would apply for the last 4 years other than last year because they won 13 games for 3 years in a row. Yep. So I think you would go 4, not 5. The year before that was with McCarthy, and they weren't any good, right? No quarterback taken in the first round doesn't have the talent to be great. Now, I would greatly disagree with that. Well, the guy with the Jets.
Which guy?
What is it, Mac Wilson?
They had
yes.
They had Darnold, then Wilson.
Right, they both.
What about Darnold?
Yeah.
No?
No, I agree with you. Darnold doesn't have the ability the talent to be great. Neither does Wilson.
He doesn't?
No, I don't think so. But
a lot of quarterback stuff depends on like the system you're in.
It does, but the ones that are really good have gone different places and still found a way to be successful. There aren't that many stories of the guy sucked and then he went somewhere else and then all of a sudden got really good, and you have a variety of systems.
Yeah, I think a lot of times sometimes you got to get lucky. I think about some guys in basketball. There's probably a lot of examples, but one of the biggest examples I remember is Kevin Johnson, a point guard Kevin Johnson, who played for Phoenix.
Played at Cal and then
played at Phoenix, but he sat for a long time behind Mark Price in Cleveland.
Right.
He wasn't getting any clock.
Right.
And all of a sudden he goes somewhere, bam, he becomes the star.
Right. The question is, it's not like he got a chance and it wasn't any good, but then he goes somewhere else.
But the question is, so you would think, okay, I'm in Cleveland, I'm backing up, a great point guard, so I get to learn and whatever. But essentially, he wasn't getting on the floor. He wasn't getting a chance to do anything or show anything. Then he gets traded out of that situation because they're like, this guy's going to waste, or maybe just a team liked him, and all of a sudden he's a star. So you can have guys, depending on the situation,
not get a chance to play.
I don't know what happens to him if he stays there.
Correct. But if they get a chance to play, and they aren't very good, it doesn't play.
Football is also a little different. You got to be put in the right situation. Not only you get a chance to play, but you got to be put in the right
But
position.
I'm saying in some of those cases, even if you were put in a bad situation, you go to another situation, and they don't seem to be that much different. So then how much was it the situation versus you're just not that good?
Right, and it's a system thing for some guys, right? You get put in the right situation. Other guys are just good no matter where. That's a different level of good, and some they got to be in the right situation. So I don't know. I don't know what Jordan Love is going to be. We've been saying it for a long time. He could be, who knows? Could be, like you say, Packer Hall of Famer. Could be.
That's what I got him.
Could be a nothing burger, right? Just could be just another dude who came through.
Yep.
Don't know. We'll see. He looks, all indications so far, he doesn't look terrible. It looks like seems to be off the table. Terrible seems to be off the table. You're not going to be terrible. But so as far as a floor, you got a ceiling and a floor. The floor now, I think, has moved above terrible. I think the floor is he can be average.
A guy.
He can be a guy.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the floor now. He's not going to be terrible. He's just going to be a guy. So we'll still have to see what the ceiling is, and we don't even know if this being in the floor system is the best situation for Jordan Love anyway. There could be a better fit for him, a better offensive fit, a better head coach and offensive coordinator fit for him out there. We don't know. This will be our first real look at him.
I think LaFleur, as a coordinator, is pretty good. I think he will help make Jordan Love as good as he can be, or close to it.
Okay. But it remains to be seen.
That it does, because we have not seen LaFleur without Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
And we also don't know how much he did his system with Rodgers, or he went with Rodgers because he felt that would be better. We've never gotten that answer from LaFleur.
Yeah,
we'll ask Jason that maybe when he comes on.
Yeah, I also ask Jason, as far as skill sets go between the two guys, between Love and Rodgers, like, how's the skill set?
Oh, the difference is huge.
Well, what's the difference?
Rodgers' skill set is at 100, and Jordan Love's is at 70. And there's no chance.
I mean, think of Madden. I know you don't play Madden,
right? Okay.
But on Madden, you have attributes,
right?
Awareness,
Rodgers has
arm
everything.
Strength,
Rodgers
accuracy.
has everything other than he can't run as well.
I'm not asking you what Rodgers has. I'm saying compare the two.
Rodgers is better in everything.
Okay, but you're thinking of the wrong aspect. So if let's think in a basketball perspective.
Okay.
So we got two guys, right?
Yeah.
I say, okay, we got Steph Curry and we got Steve Novak. What do we know about both of them?
They can both shoot great.
They're both shooters,
yes.
Right? So that's how you would categorize them.
I agree.
They're shooters. They're not athletes.
Right.
They're shooters.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying in a football quarterback sense. Is this guy a scrambler, or is this guy a pocket passer? Is he a combination? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm asking. Their skill sets, how closely do they match? I'm asking because in the LaFleur system, we've seen Rodgers. So whatever Rodgers' skill set is,
correct,
you can be an MVP in that one. We've seen it.
Right.
So maybe that's the skill set you need to thrive in the LaFleur system. Does Jordan Love have the same skill set?
The present has been that his system is like Shanahan's in San Francisco, who has shown the ability to succeed
what kind of
with
quarterback
quarterbacks that are closer to the norm rather than
the norm being
Rodgers.
what?
An average guy, just a guy.
An average guy, just a basic pocket passer.
Or what do you have?
Not mobile, what?
Just, maybe have some. Who's the guy who took him to the Super Bowl? I've forgotten his name. Garoppolo. Garoppolo's just a guy.
Pretty much. I think Garoppolo's better than just a guy.
Okay, a little bit better than just a guy. And the system made him as good as he could be. Now, we'll see now because he's not there. I don't know what the new system is that he's under. And my assumption is that the hope would be that LaFleur can turn Jordan Love into Garoppolo. And the difference might also be the talent that Garoppolo has had around him versus the talent around Jordan Love. We'll know better of that. But that's what everybody's talked about the system. The idea of the system is you don't need that Hall of Fame caliber in order to win. The system is set up to make a guy, or slightly better than a guy, be good enough to lead the team to and win a Super Bowl. Well, they got the Super Bowl.
A guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we said before, it's great. So Jordan Love, if he's Garoppolo, I'm happy with that. If he's Kirk Cousins, I'm happy with that. If he's Matt Hasselbeck, I'm happy with that.
If he's who's the guy? Who's the guy who has all the commercials and still stinks? Baker Mayfield.
I'm gonna cry.
You're upset.
Yeah. Now there's a guy where they keep saying if he goes different places, he's going to be better, right? He should be better, could be better.
They keep saying that.
I don't think there's any evidence that he's ever going to be.
They're looking for the right fit.
I don't think there is a right fit for him. I don't think he's good enough. But
okay.
That's the greatness of this, because everybody has their own judgments on that, and it's hard to do. Do you think Baker Mayfield would be good in the right system?
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen enough of Baker to make a decision on. I haven't watched enough of his games.
Well, I
don't think he's that great.
I don't like the guy with New England. I think they made a mistake on him. I don't think there's now maybe
Jones. No, that's not Jones.
Yeah, Jones is Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
I don't
keep
know.
Thinking of Daniel Jones.
We'll know better with the offensive coordinator but I don't see anything there.
Yeah, but the other thing about Rodgers, I was saying. So we know. He could operate in the LaFleur system.
Correct.
But is Rodgers so good that he can operate in any system?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So that's the thing. You don't really know yet.
Yeah. Other than, at his age now, maybe he doesn't run as well. But, yes, I believe he can. But then the question is, did LaFleur switch his system to get the best out of Rodgers and what he likes to do? Or that would be the premise everybody
ideally, right?
gets.
That's what everybody would do.
Yes.
You tweak your system to fit the guy you got.
Right. I think that's what LaFleur did, and I think that was the smart thing to do. But then we had the debate of, well, he wanted to do this. He wanted to play less out of the shotgun. He wanted to play more under center, but maybe Rodgers' thumb was bad, or Rodgers felt that he did this stuff better. Jason Wilde, he can answer some of these questions if Tony asks him, because he asks the first questions. Oh, he's not. You're right. He's not next. You said that before. You told us.
We have practice at noon today for the Packers. The locker room is just about to open, so Jason's going to go in there and then give us some info from the locker room after he's done in there. So.
All right. Well, we can continue our discussion next.
More Packers talk coming up on Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. No one else does it like Scalzo and Brust.
You would acknowledge this is a little bit, attention-seeking. You acknowledge that, right?
No, what are you talking about? Have you ever met Ben Brust before?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the
Come on,
room with
man.
Ben Brust? Yeah. No, I don't do this for
I thought we all agreed on that before this even started.
But this was the thesis of the show.
Scalzo and Brust, weekdays 4 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light.
Brewers action heats up with the battle against the Padres. Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Join the crew at the Friday night series opener for Harry Potter Night, presented by Wintrust. And don't miss the game on Saturday, August 26th for a Rowdy Tellez bobblehead giveaway featuring the Brewers slugger and his pet dogs, courtesy of Toyota. Get your tickets at brewers.com/promotions.
Hey,
It's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Packers fans, can you feel the excitement in the air? Preseason football is upon us. And if you want to rep the green and gold, they've got you. With Packers checking from Associated Bank, you can make every transaction a touchdown with an exclusive Packers debit MasterCard. Plus, every Packers checking cardholder scores 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop, both in-store and online, all year long. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Look at all this space I have on my desk. Finally, no more clutter.
I know, right? Plus, now I can actually see everyone and talk to them whenever I want.
Would you stop trying to ask people if there are more doors or wheels in the world?
Speaking of wheels, these chairs, woo!
I've never been more comfortable at work.
Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors, the official moving and furniture provider of GKB Milwaukee.
A cat store!
Want to go see it?
Yeah!
Let's finally bring your mom's Illinois family a true taste of Wisconsin.
Right off I-94 in Kenosha, Mars Cheese Castle is a Wisconsin landmark. Along with over 1,000 cheeses, Mars has a meat market, bakery, bar, and restaurant. Spreads, curds, sausages, Kringles. Make Mars Cheese Castle a lunch stop and enjoy the best grilled cheese or Reuben on the planet. Make today your day to go to Mars.
Yeah!
Exit 340 in Kenosha.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
There's only one place in Milwaukee where every day of the year, dreams and reality get together for a great time. Where you can walk in a player and walk out a winner. That place, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. With fantastic dining, gaming, sports betting, a luxurious hotel, and endless ways to win, the excitement never stops. The only thing missing is you. Your win is waiting. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Visit our website to learn more. Must be 21 to enter casino.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry, here to tell you about Ridgetop Exterior's most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me?
Dominique Foxworth has changed the world.
Your world.
No, he's changed everybody's world.
Not mine.
Well, sure. No, you
We're
now
still the same.
You now have this
I don't
new
believe the Packers are
information.
making the playoffs.
Doesn't believe you've changed your opinion.
But
your world
I don't
is
have
different.
Information. I have a new opinion.
Correct. Yes.
It's not information.
It isn't?
There's a difference between information and opinions.
Really?
Yeah, really.
But like he played in the league, he went to Harvard Business School.
What does that mean?
It means I think his opinion is of some value given his experience in the league.
His opinion is of some value. Doesn't mean it's information. It's still an opinion.
All right.
Maybe a better opinion of someone who doesn't know football.
Yeah. That's all. But it's
Just
now
still ain't anything significant.
Well, there's no one we believe on the planet Earth that has been as positive about the Packers and Jordan Love as Dominique Foxworth, correct? So he's changed the level.
Is he that positive? Orlowski's been pretty positive.
I don't think he said that they can win a Super Bowl.
Somebody said I thought wasn't Foxworthy talking about the playoffs, Pebble?
He was talking about the Super Bowl. No, he said they can win a championship.
He said championship.
Yep.
Oh, I thought he was saying playoffs.
1-800-990-3776.
Okay, for them to make the playoffs with Jordan Love, but he said they have a championship quality team the last 4 or 5 years. And they still do, and that should be a window for the next couple of years.
The window,
Jordan Love.
but he said this year they can make the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said this should the expectation should be to make the playoffs.
That was he did that a while back, I think. Yeah, the most positive are Dominique Foxworth and Orlovsky, I think, that have talked about it. Now we have it. Being the international headquarters, we have to provide available opinions and information about anything regarding Jordan Love. So people feel like they have more opinions and information for listening to this show. Pebble, how do we put the discount liquor poll question up? Dominique Foxworth, I think he's got a Super Bowl too, doesn't he?
Are you stalking his Wikipedia?
I am. No, he doesn't have.
I thought with the Ravens, maybe.
Nope. Denver, Atlanta, and Ravens, but no
ring.
No ring. Do you know where he went to college?
Dominic, no, I do not.
He went to Maryland. He was third round, pick number 97. He was born in England.
Really?
His father was in the Army.
England.
Mm-hmm.
You sure? It's Wikipedia, so something on there is wrong.
I'm comfortable with those being accurate, though. If it said he was a chess champion in high school, I'd question that. What do we say? Dominique Foxworth says the Packers will win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love, or should win a Super Bowl. What's the best way to put it and to be accurate to what he said? We should probably hear it one more time. Let's hear Dominique Foxworth, Harvard grad school.
Absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round who don't have the talent to be great. I think that he is in the situation where he is showing his talent and he's had the time to learn around or behind a great quarterback the same way Aaron Rodgers had. So maybe he won't be a Hall of Famer, but the point is not necessarily get to the Hall of Fame. The point is to win championships. And I think they've had a championship caliber team for the last 4 or 5 years. They have not necessarily done it, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the next couple years under Jordan Love. He's shown the ability, and as long as Brian Gutekunst, I didn't think I was going to come on here and be like the biggest Brian Gutekunst like celebrator, but Lil Goody put together a roster after roster after roster. Goody doing his thing.
Lil Goody.
All right, so how should we put the
Dominique
question?
Foxworth says the Packers can win a Super Bowl in the next few years with Jordan Love at quarterback. Agree or disagree?
Is can the word to say it? Is that what, or expect?
No,
or can?
No, he said because he didn't say they expected him to do it, that they can do it.
By the way, he was the president of the Players Association without opposition in 2012.
Oh, any chance of you doing a collab with Lil Goody? Lil Goody and MC Homer Hedge?
Who do you think is more white? Me or Little Goody? I think I
think you.
White people.
Yeah, you think me?
Yeah,
you got me as more white?
Yeah,
Should that be a poll question? Who's more white, Goody or Homer? I think I'm going to win all of those. Can you think of anybody more white than I am?
Mark Murphy?
Oh, yeah. Mark Murphy's got you. He's got you beat, bro. Yes.
Nah, when I wear my hairpiece, I'm right up there with him, though, I think.
No, your hairpiece just makes you weird.
Okay.
Doesn't make you any whiter.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
He's got the red hair and that
you definitely beat Goody though. Mark Murphy's got you though. He's giving you a run.
All right. There you have it. I'm not sure there's anything else we can do today as taking the Jordan Love, and again, anybody who says it's hype, that's just crap. Because we've made no bias to what we provide. We provide everything said, opinion,
we got
or
anything negative
information. Pebble? Yeah, we got. Do you still got the Adam Shine one? Should probably play those back to back. That speaks to the wideness of the gap.
When was the Adam thing?
A couple weeks ago. Can't play football, and I've given the history of this, that there was the same incredible gap
Can't play football.
between Jordan Love when he was drafted. There were people who thought he might be the best player in the draft, but he was so weak his last year in college that others just
Can't
no
play
longer.
Football? That's harsh.
That's wrong.
That's just harsh. Can't play football?
Is it?
Come on.
I mean, there have been a couple quarterbacks for the Packers that showed up.
First round draft pick. He can play football.
Yes. But that's just an incredible range. So everybody's free to decide on what they think based on what they say. But we're giving you all. If there's any information or opinions about Jordan Love that you haven't heard or that you want, feel free to give us a call. 1-800-990-3776. Talk and text line.
Here's the Adam Shine audio, too, of Jordan saying anti-love rant.
All right, so wait a minute. We'll play this one first and then play Foxworth right after that.
How about in the NFC? The Green Bay Packers offense is going to be fine with Jordan Love. I loathe Love. Despise Love. I mean, everyone looks great during preseason practices, except apparently for Jordan Love, who by his own admission has struggled. And you have players on defense calling out the offense. And just take a look at these notes, according to Matt Schneidman, from his piece in The Athletic. I mean, this is a flat-out debacle. It's also predictable because Jordan Love can't play football. Simple as that. You have Rasul Douglas. He's talking all sorts of smack to Aaron Jones, saying, you guys bleeping stink. Jones is livid, and then acknowledges the offense is terrible. Defensive players are calling out the offense. Jordan Love can't do a damn thing. Last night must have been hell for the fans of the Green Bay Packers who have to see Aaron Rodgers on the Jets sideline. Oh, by the way, big dog Mercedes Lewis just signed with the Chicago Bears. This is going to be a predictable disaster with Jordan Love in Green Bay.
That guy was mean. Harsh.
No, he's wrong.
Predictable disaster.
He's wrong. That's what he's going to be.
Well, I don't know if he's wrong, but he's definitely negative.
I think when, yes.
Definitely negative.
And now contrast that with Dominique Foxworth.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round who don't have the talent to be great. I think that he is in the situation where he is showing his talent and he's had the time to learn around or behind a great quarterback the same way Aaron Rodgers had. So maybe he won't be a Hall of Famer, but the point is not necessarily get to the Hall of Fame. The point is to win championships. And I think they've had a championship caliber team for the last 4 or 5 years. They have not necessarily done it, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the next couple years under Jordan Love. He's shown the ability, and as long as Brian Gutekunst, I didn't think I was going to come on here and be like the biggest Brian Gutekunst like celebrator, but Lil Goody put together a roster after roster after roster. Goody doing his thing.
He loves Goody.
No, maybe.
How are you on Goody?
How am I on Goody? I think he's average, but I think it would appear that he's found his way.
Coming around to Goody.
Well, no, I'm because I believe that his performance in drafting players, specifically in 2022,
like Goody.
Yeah, on that, because of that, the players that he has, and that's what changes. That's what you judge a GM on. I don't look at just first round. You can suck at first round, and Ron Wolf sucked at some first round picks. Well, if you have good second, third round, it's who you accumulate in the draft. And the picks in 2022 are very good. His picks his first year in 2018, other than Jair Alexander, they sucked. They weren't bad. They were horrible. With pick 45, he took Josh Jackson, who was horrible. Then he had Oren Burks, who was hurt. Jamon Moore, who they cut after, 2 minutes? And J.K. Scott, a fifth-round pick as a punter. Cole Madison, I think, had some family. Now, MVS in round number 5, that, of course, was spectacular. But that's horrible. Now, he had Jair Alexander in the first round, so that's a great first-round pick. But you can't build a team with one guy when everybody else sucks, or he had Marquez Valdez, MVS. But I mean,
your boy,
right? And he's a player. And you look at all these guys in 2022, and this is only their second year. You can go all the way down to the 7th round. If Rashid Walker becomes a starter in offensive line for the Packers, that's a spectacular pick in the 7th round, just like Tauscher was or Donald Driver. So Do I have to look at the first round that year to know how good a draft it was? No. You get a 7th-round pick and a player that's that good, that's a pretty good draft. On that alone, assuming some of the other guys can play. We got Watson. We got Zach Tom. You got Engabar. They're just like 8. I have 8 different players circled. And that other year, you got like 1. And that draft is 4 years earlier.
Inconsistent. Got lucky.
All right, well, and it would appear this year might be a pretty good draft, too. They're talking about Anthony Johnson, a 7th-round pick. Valentine, 7th-round pick. That's pretty good. We haven't even gotten to the top 3 or 4.
Got lucky.
How many years do you get lucky, or how many years do you say he's just gotten better? Was he unlucky? All right, fine, he got lucky. He was unlucky the first few years. He was unlucky, now he's gotten lucky. 1-800-990-3776. Talk and text line. Next.
You're listening to Homer and Tony.
You could write a book, Tony. Why don't you write a book on my life with the Lakers? People would love to know that.
No.
Kid from Wauwatosa, the next you enter the NBA, your first year, you're playing in the NBA Finals, in historic finals, because it was the first one that Michael Jordan ever won, correct? You were there.
That is correct.
Yeah?
I was there.
What was it like? We have an
lost.
interview today with Tony Smith.
Yeah.
What do you mean
We lost. Interview over. I got to go.
You lost?
I got other things to do.
It was that depressing?
Yeah, man. You're right there for a ring, and you don't get it. What do you think it is?
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's, flavor is our family's business.
Here in Wisconsin, a good old-fashioned is an important way of life. And that's where my friends at Perky's Old Fashioned come in. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to tell you about the easiest way to put together an old-fashioned. Perky's offers both brandy and bourbon old-fashioned mixes. And get this, the booze is already in there. Just add the soda of your choosing, and you'll have Grandma Perky's old-fashioned in the palm of your hand. Perky's is locally made and great for get-togethers of all kinds. Get perked up and head to Perky'sSpirits.com for your nearest Perky's location.
This is going to be interesting, so pay attention.
Mountains and trees. Ducks and hunting dogs. Dinosaur bones. Meteorites. Steel that's carved like the leather stirrups on a Western saddle. Damascus steel, like they make swords out of. Carbon fiber. Hardwood.
Manly things.
Hardwood. You already said that. I know. I just like the sound of it. Hardwood. It does have a nice ring to it.
Ring. I see what you did there.
I'm sorry. I got us off track.
Kessler's has wedding bands for men.
Real men.
Made of manly things.
He wants you to wear a big, beautiful diamond so that everyone you meet will know how much he loves you.
Why not insist that he wear something equally cool?
You'll tell your grandkids about the day you went shopping for this wedding band at Kessler's when they ask,
"Where did you get such a cool ring? And what is it made of?"
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
go to KesslersDiamonds.com.
Over the past year, we've been hard at work improving our sales processes, expanding and remodeling our facilities, investing in new technology, and continuing our commitment to serve our customers, employees, and community. That's why at Boucher, when our customers leave the dealership, we hope we've made a customer for life. Whether you're in need of a new vehicle, are stopping in for routine maintenance, or are in need of collision work, we will be here to help. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, we've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. Our dedicated employees have been named a 2022 top workplace for the past 11 years, and we always have been and will continue to be family-owned and operated. Proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. Visit us today at Boucher.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For over 90 years, UW Credit Union has helped Wisconsinites achieve their financial goals at every stage of life, offering great rates for greater possibilities. Join today at uwcu.org. The Badgers men's basketball non-conference schedule has been finalized ahead of this upcoming season. Some of the highlights include a home game on November 10th, their second game of the season against Tennessee, heading to Providence later that week, kicking off the Fort Myers tip-off tournament against Virginia November 20th, a home matchup with Marquette on December 2nd, and a road game at Arizona on December 9th. Other home matchups include Arkansas State, Robert Morris, Western Illinois, Jacksonville State, and Chicago State. Find the full schedule at ESPNWisconsin.com.
Bundle a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin at PellaWI.com.
That knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulders, your backs, your hips? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only option, because they're not. Take my advice now. Call QC Kinetics. It's your boy T. Smith here telling you QC Kinetics can make that pain go away. They have all natural advanced regenerative medicine. That's right. They're helping people here in Milwaukee every day with these amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged joint tissue. It's like turning back the clock. What do you say, fine wine? Fine wine.
You ready for the phone number yet? 285.
Not yet. I got to tell them about the regenerative medicine.
Sorry.
Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing
Did you tell them that you're hurt all the time and that you took advantage of this a long time ago?
Middle of a read.
Oh, sorry.
Settle down. Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing agents from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so they can work like they're supposed to. You know, like they used to a while ago. And there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients here are getting real lasting relief, and they're saying no to surgery and drugs. If you have pain due to injury or an arthritis, you know what? This is a remarkable option that you need to check out. And the consultation, it's free. That's right. Call QC Kinetics now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I can feel it. I think everybody should get ready for it. I'm going to say this now. Everybody get ready for Jordan Love to be really freaking good.
He might be ready.
I know you're ready for that.
I've been saying it for weeks.
I think everybody should prepare themselves.
Because you know who he looked like over the weekend? He looked like Aaron Rodgers.
It did. And against... Who's deeper?
What?
Against Bills. Who's going to be really good this year?
Smoking crack with their grandma.
Bills?
Look,
he looked like Aaron Rodgers.
You must be on crack. Crying too much to preseason football, but that's 2 for 2 now. And the Bengals, in their scrimmages before playing against him in the game in week 1 of the preseason, were like, okay, we see him.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. He's really good.
Said really frickin' good. All right, Rich Eisen says Jordan Love is really frickin' good. Do you agree or disagree? I disagree. He said he looked like Aaron Rodgers. I watched that game. The one touchdown pass was on. Did I think of Aaron Rodgers at any point watching that game? No.
Yeah, no, guys like to exaggerate. You're no stranger to exaggeration.
I am, totally. I've never exaggerated.
You just did right there.
No, I didn't. I
never exaggerate.
I never exaggerated.
In fact, you have.
No, I've been.
You do.
Well, you could just say I'm wrong.
Never
I'm telling
is
you.
An exaggeration.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't believe I have. I've said what I think. I clearly can't convince you of that. That's fine. I think I've accepted that. How people perceive, you have to at some point accept it and deal with it.
There you go. Get ready.
I've dealt with it by just assuming that you're always going to believe that and you're wrong, but that's you. So, I mean, but all right, you watched. Did you at any?
No, I did not. Think
at any point of Aaron Rodgers?
No, I did not.
I thought.
Not sure why he said that.
Sugar free.
Clickbait.
You're on 94.5. I don't know that it's clickbait. I just assume he's wrong. I give people credit on that's what they think and that's why they say it. I don't know why people would want to be wrong.
Clickbait.
All right. Sugar-free, you're on 94.5 ESPN.
Yeah, Homer, I'm going to give you something here.
I'm going to write
number
down.
26.
I'm going to give you some.
No, this is going to be a question. And you can have help from your two counterparts.
Yeah, good.
Or your cohorts or whatever, okay?
It's always
now,
a village.
the first one you will know. The first question you will know. Who was drafted number 26 in the 2020 draft?
20, I don't have any idea. Who?
What are you talking?
I don't know. Who?
Hello?
Who?
Well, does anybody know?
Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, Jordan Love.
That's correct. Yes, it
Okay,
was.
now,
I was thinking
who
24.
was drafted number, was it 24?
No, I gotta look
it was 26.
Okay.
There we go, 26. Okay, so now, who was drafted number 53 in the 2020?
Tom Brady.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
I don't
Homer.
know. Just tell us who it is.
Jalen Hurts.
There we go. Jalen Hurts is enough said. You know, no one talks about this. And I'm going to talk about Goody and that all this praise to Goody. I'm going to tell you 53 is Jalen Hurts. I'm going to ask all three of you, would you feel more comfortable having Jalen Hurts than Jordan Love?
Yes, but you can always find all the examples of when people screwed up.
Hey, he's
Tom
a GM. He's a GM. He's
Tom
getting
Brady
paid
was
millions.
What was Tom Brady? 199.
Hey, Jalen Hurts was there. He was there, and they went up and got Jordan Love, who's going to be okay. He's not going to be spectacular. Everybody sees it, and for Patrick to say what he said. He's smoking crack with his grandmother. So, I mean, come on.
Rich Eisen says that, or which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Rich Eisen?
Eisen, whoever. Yeah, you're right, Eisen. So, yeah, I mean, you just have to always say that. I mean, they should have went up and got Justin Jefferson on that pick. He's a terrible GM. Just a terrible. He gets lucky. He just got lucky the last couple of years.
When he misses,
of course.
He's bad, but when he's good, he's lucky.
Team. I'm going to tell you another thing.
Sugar-free. How can you say that? Now, so he wasn't.
I'm going to tell you another thing.
He wasn't unlucky. No, wait. If he's good, he gets credit for it, just like he gets blamed for when he misses.
Why did Aaron Rodgers dislike Gutekunst? I'm going to give you an example of what occurred yesterday.
I'm just talking about the players he's drafted. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to give you an example.
Yes.
Let me leave you at this. Yesterday he was on a show. Okay, I'm not going to mention this station, but he was on a show, and he talked. He voluntarily talked about his daughter. He dropped off his daughter in the South at college, and the long time he's been in this business longer than you have, Homer. Asked Gutekunst, where is she going to college? And he goes, well, I really don't want to go there. Who does he think he is, Elvis Presley? What is going on here? This guy is unlikable.
Well, what are you talking about? About his daughter? Where is she going to college?
Oh, you wouldn't answer. You wouldn't answer the question.
So
you didn't want to go there.
How is that a negative about Goody?
Oh, come on. What? I mean, the guy thinks he's like, who cares who his daughter goes?
Hold on just a second. Sugar-free, I'll let you finish. Hall of Famer, this is an example to me of an obvious bias that you bring up.
Like Goody.
Right. But he doesn't. When you say one of the reasons is because he wouldn't say where his daughter's going to school, I don't think that's very good information to back your opinion.
It's just an example.
Well, example of what?
Of why he doesn't like Goody.
I know, but
it's an example. Yes.
Then it tells me
just happened.
No, it tells me that your opinion is I can't take it seriously if as a reason you say, well, look what he did as far as his daughter. Not to mention
he's just unlikable.
Everybody's got their own reasons.
I know, but not their own. I can't believe anybody that's when somebody messes up, they say they're bad, and when they do it well, they say they're lucky. You can't say
so
that.
tell me, Homer.
Yes.
So tell me, Homer. They could have had Justin Jefferson,
Correct.
or they could have had Jalen Hurts.
Right, and then you had hold on. Ron Wolf could have had Ray Lewis, and he took John.
Yeah. So you go and reach for a quarterback. You reach for a quarterback when you didn't need to reach for a quarterback, and you think that this guy's the second coming of Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. I mean, that's the only way you're going to reach for him.
Hold on.
Okay?
What would Goody have to do for you to change your opinion in any way?
Draft Jalen Hurts.
All right. So he didn't. So then he's determined to be terrible forever, right? Like Goody's going to be terrible.
He's going to be. He's done so many stupid things. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
All right.
Let's see if he adds to this roster.
All right. Thanks, Sugar Free. Now, if they fail, he's going to be remembered for trading Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers in back-to-back years. That's what he's going to live with, and you really don't have to add anything to that if they don't make the playoffs in the next few years. Next. Are you a better guesser? Caller 1-800-990-3776. The pressure's on me. I got crushed yesterday. I'm coming back strong. Next.
Call 800-990-3776. Are You a Better Guesser is next on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Football Guy.
If that is the case, Tuesday is amazing because you get a free bonus square day off.
Football Guy.
Why is the Friday after Thanksgiving off, but the day before our independence isn't off?
Coming at it from different views. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Juniper Pools is kicking off football season in a big way this year. Purchase a spa between July 29th and August 31st, and you win when our team wins. If the green and gold win the big game, you'll receive your hot tub purchase for free. If they win the division, you get $1,000 back, and if they make the wild card playoff game, you score a $250 in-store gift card. For complete promotional terms and conditions, visit poolpeople.com. Get ready to relax and back the green and gold this season with Juniper Pools on West Wisconsin Avenue by Costco in Appleton.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, where vintage racing lives on. Experience the sights, sounds, and smells from motorsport's pioneering age in historic Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Road America's 2023 season offers numerous opportunities to watch vintage race cars take on the iconic 4-mile road course. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, America's National Park of Speed.
Guten Tag, Eliana here from Milwaukee Pretzel Company. My mom and dad usually do these commercials, but I'm taking over this month to share an important message for parents. Summer's almost over and it's time to start thinking about after-school snacks. Milwaukee Pretzel Company's soft pretzels are the perfect after-school snack. A few minutes in the oven and they are ready to go. Moms and dads love them too. You can find our pretzels in the freezer section of your local grocery store or order online at MilwaukeePretzel.com. How did I do, Dad?
Oh, great job, kiddo. I could not have done it better myself. Get it?
Dad.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, Propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
You've probably heard about employee stock ownership plans before, but what separates Fifth Third Bank from others when it comes to these plans? Fifth Third offers unmatched expertise and flexibility when creating ESOP solutions. From full and partial sales, second stage transactions, repurchase obligation financing, and seller note refinancing, ESOPs can offer tax advantages, increased liquidity, employee incentives, and overall diversification of net worth to help your company plan for the future. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals, member FDIC.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I have told you about the delicious pizza and Italian snacks that you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel. But now there's even more to be excited about. The restaurant has added new sandwiches to the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy items like the Red Rock Chicken BLT, the Meatball Hero, and more. Order from the counter at Proof or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
There is some serious love for Jordan Love. Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Packers can win a Super Bowl in the next few years with Jordan Love at quarterback. Agree or disagree? 77% agree. Akin to what the Hall of Famer Tony Smith has said about all questions regarding the Packers and Jordan Love. Positivity is going to be about 70%. This one's a little lower. Jordan Love is really freaking good. Do you agree or disagree? 61% agree. 39% disagree.
Really? Freaking good?
Yeah, be aware. Don't be influenced by one or two tweets or one or two things on social media. When people say social media, I assume they mean Twitter. Am I forgetting other areas where things might exist?
All social media. Instagram,
well, I know. What else?
Facebook.
I don't think you tend to get things the same negativity there as much as Twitter, or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Facebook,
they do.
Instagram
Everybody has a
vehicle.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, we got a couple texts at the talking text line about Sugar Free from before. Ben in Menominee Falls says this clown's name is Sugar Free. After listening to a terrible take on Goody, it should be brain cell free. And Augie in Kewaskum says, is Sugar Free smoking crack? There are what ifs everywhere. Hurts has 1 year, and now you think he's great? Every GM should be fired with that reasoning. I don't see a special player in Hurts.
I do, but people mess up on the draft all the time. One of the greatest ever, Ron Wolf said that's why he got as many picks as possible, because it was that hard. I want as many shots at it. And, you know, the GM role is not just the draft. It's free agents and then drafting. And free agents in terms of acquiring or making trades or whatever. You got to put everything together. But, yeah, I think it's just like, who is it, Humphreys? Everybody thinks there are many comments that Goody missed up because he didn't take him when he picked up Myers as his center. Josh Myers, and I'm saying, yeah, fine. But he did pretty good with Josh Myers at pick 62. Or
you win some, you lose some.
Correct. And the key is not how many you lose, but how many you win.
Hopefully 50-50 is a good split, probably, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what the numbers are, but I certainly don't look at just first-round picks. It's look at the group of players you drafted and how good they are. Now, somebody's got to have a way to do it. They have systems for everything, but I haven't really seen one about a draft that compiles all the picks. And I don't care about did they sign a new contract. There's some way to judge based on how well they played in the league. It is.
Go
ahead.
Does it have to be a level? So first round picks, there's a minimum level to make that pick successful.
Correct. Yeah.
It's slightly lower for second, slightly lower for third, right down the line.
Yeah, and if you do bad, great, then that has to all be looked at in your draft.
First round's got to hold more weight, though.
It does, but if you mess up on first if
you miss on the first round all the time and you hit on third rounders, I don't know.
Well, you get Donald Driver.
That's not equal.
Well, just if you get Donald Driver in the 7th round, that's like having a first-round pick in the 7th round. So if you mess up in the first,
I think if you get Donald Driver in 7th round, that's
an A plus.
That's called lucky,
right? But it's Chris in Waukesha. Are you a better guesser? What's on the line, Pebble?
Entry into a drawing for a $50 gift card to Mars Cheese Castle, which we will draw 1 week from, or next week, Monday. And we only have one correct answer so far this week. That was Jay in Pewaukee.
Right. Chris, I say everybody, most are former champion if they're a competitor. Your resume, please.
Not a former champion of this one. Are you better than whatever, your old one?
Yeah. Okay.
No. Before that.
Yeah,
back when you were with Gabe.
Before the Hall of Famer said this should be a guess because no one can know.
Yeah, there you go.
Which of these countries produces the most bananas? Philippines, Ecuador, Brazil, or Indonesia? Which of these 4 countries produces the most bananas? Philippines, Ecuador, Brazil, or Indonesia? What do you say, Chris in Waukesha?
Indonesia.
Indonesia is what Chris says, and now we get the Hall of Famer Tony Smith after I hear from Pebble. Philippines, Ecuador, Brazil, or Indonesia, which produces the most
There's my
bananas?
Bananarama answer.
There we go.
Oh, wow, that's weak.
That's good. We got Pebble, too. Philippines, Ecuador, Brazil, or Indonesia?
I think Ecuador.
Ecuador is that the Hall of Famer picks, and I would personally like to thank you. Pebble said Indonesia, and in fact, yes, Indonesia produces the most bananas. They are 3rd, Brazil is 4th, Ecuador is 5th, and the Philippines is 6th. Pebble has now taken the lead. He has 3. In our 2-week contest, I have 2, and Tony has 1. Thank you, Tony. Otherwise, I'd get beaten again. And we have 2 correct answers. My questions must be getting easier. Chris in Waukesha got it correct. Indonesia is 3rd. Anybody have any idea what the number 1 country in the world is for producing bananas?
India?
Hall of Famer, what do you say? He says India. The one country you always pick for everything, to me, is China.
No.
No? All right.
Not for bananas.
Not for bananas. All right. Well,
Africa.
Africa, all right. The number 1 country is, in fact, India, and China is 2nd. I thought that would be too easy, so I went to 3rd, and apparently I failed because they nailed that one as well. Indonesia, the top 6, India, China, Indonesia, Brazil, Ecuador, and the Philippines. Top 6 producers. Jason Wilde will be our top 3 at 3. Appropriately so. Next.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Homer and Tony is coming up next, including the top 3 at 3 presented by Saz's Steakhouse on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My partners had told me I should get my knee replaced. I was in my 40s, and I decided that I wouldn't do that.
That's orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Herzog, who found regenerative medicine years ago and became a believer.
It changed my life around. It improved me to a point where I was able to jog again.
That's when Dr. Herzog switched his focus from surgery to helping his patients with natural biologics.
I've treated at least 5,000 patients. I believe your body has everything it needs to heal itself.
Today, you'll find Dr. Herzog at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting field of medicine that can give lasting pain relief with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery.
I have patients coming up to me that I did 10 years ago saying, Doc, my elbow's still working great. I'm playing tennis 3 days a week.
Call QC Kinetics now to explore alternative ways to deal with your pain. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. dented bumper, scratch paint, Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco, Fisco, Fisco.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Homer here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hey, yeah! This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby. Hall of Famer Tony Smith, you said you want people to give me
you got some names?
A hip-hop name?
MC Home.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys love
to MC. He knows my love for MC.
MC Homer Hedge. MC Homer Hedge.
Yeah, you like that.
Sage Steele said Barbara Walters squared up on her backstage. You know, did like a Google search. Don't do it, though. What came up was not good, and I don't know if you're on work Wi-Fi, but it's not going to be good what comes up.
What do you mean?
Pornographic material came up.
Oh, okay. I think you can use that word on this show.
I know, I just did.
What is it again, so I can avoid it?
No, I did Sage Steele versus
That's
Barbara
the first
Walters.
time that's ever been said.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. This is Homer and Tony. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Boucher Automotive, where we ride with you every mile. 18 dealerships, 15 brands, and thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out at Boucher.com.
Every Packer fan on the planet Earth should get information about the Green Bay Packers every day from Jason Wilde. We do our part, 94.5 ESPN, and it's so important. While he's generally on at 2:15, it doesn't matter if he can't make it at that time because we want him on sometime during the show for all of those Packer fans on the planet Earth who need Jason Wilde. They don't
want Jason Wilde.
Whether or not they want him, they need him. Good afternoon, Jason.
Hi, guys. Thanks for accommodating me. I was in the locker room during the 2:15 bewitching hour. So thanks for making this work. I appreciate it.
And any tasty nuggets? Anybody say anything worth
tasty
mentioning?
nuggets. I like that. I want to steal that.
Tasty. I love a good tasty nugget. Yeah. I mean, Rashawn Gary talked. He was able to do some 11-on-11 work today, so that's incredible progress toward him playing against the Bears.
Do you think he's going to play?
10th, but I do. I've been kind of expecting that the whole time. So that part does not surprise me. I did have a couple of really good conversations. One was with Eric Stokes, who is an extremely positive, happy-go-lucky dude. But I think you can sense his, I don't want to say jealousy, because he definitely said that's not the feeling he has, but a little bit of envy that Rashawn Gary is where he is, and Eric Stokes is still on the PUP list, and I would argue if he's not off of it by now, he's not going to be off of it in time for the opener. So he's probably going to start the regular season on the PUP list, and that means miss the first 4 weeks. So he's coming back from that Lisfranc foot injury that he had, but he and Rashawn Gary got hurt in the same game. So I think if he's being honest, and he did say this, that's tough to see, his process taking longer. But once he is healthy, I'm really intrigued by what their secondary could be. I still think that safety position is a colossal question mark, even with, Darnell Savage penciled in as one of the starters and not knowing who the other one is. But if Joe Barry's defense is going to be good, well, that secondary is going to have to be really good. So that was one interesting conversation. And then for the first time, I've been in some group interviews with him, but the first time I talked extensively one-on-one with Jaden Reed, and as impressive as he's been on the field, I was really impressed by him. He's, and I don't say this lightly, he's got some Randall Cobb to him. Not only his game, but the way he kind of is mature and the way he talks. And And I always thought Greg Jennings and Randall Cobb were the two guys that kind of impressed me right away as rookies, as seeming much older than they were. Cobb was only 20 entered the league. And so, Jayden Reed's a little bit older than that, but still, I was really impressed by him. So it was a really good conversation, and I really liked what I heard from him. So, he has looked every bit the part as a rookie in camp, kind of like Romeo Doubs did last year, and obviously Romeo got off to a really good start before his high ankle sprain in Detroit. So we'll see if Jayden Reed can be the same type of guy as a rookie as he was last year.
Hearing from Jason Wilde, we, of course, the international headquarters for Jordan Love. Anything anybody says, we notice. And are you aware of what was stated today by Dominique Foxworth about Jordan Love?
No, I assume much like Dan Orlovsky and Dan Patrick and the punter.
But not Shine.
And, that's true. He doesn't know how to play football is what Adam Shine said. But I'm assuming that Dominique Foxworth said some very positive things.
He did, but we believe, since we're the headquarters for everything, and don't care if people say there's hype and everything. I don't think it's hype. It's just I used to call them information, but Tony has told me that's not information. It's opinions. Those are two different things, right, Tony? I got that right?
You got it.
This would be his opinion.
Tony's right.
And I believe the Harvard grad school student has taken it to a new level. Take it away, Dominique.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't have those expectations there for him. He has the talent. There are no quarterbacks taken in the first round who don't have the talent to be great. I think that he is in the situation where he is showing his talent and he's had the time to learn around or behind a great quarterback the same way Aaron Rodgers had. So maybe he won't be a Hall of Famer, but the point is not necessarily get to the Hall of Fame. The point is to win championships. And I think they've had a championship caliber team for the last 4 or 5 years. They have not necessarily done it, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the next couple years under Jordan Love. He's shown the ability, and as long as Brian Gutekunst, I didn't think I was going to come on here and be like the biggest Brian Gutekunst celebrator, but Lil Goody put together a roster after roster after roster. Goody doing his thing.
And your thoughts on those comments, Jason
and Lil Goody.
And we've decided that
Lil Goody
and I are going to be
That's his hip hop name.
We're going to do some work together.
That like Lil Penny?
Yep, Lil Goody and
MC Homer Hedge. Yeah, MC Homer Hedge. That's my new.
They got a collab coming out.
Yeah, because this is Hip Hop Week in Milwaukee. Your thoughts on what he had to say?
Yeah, well, if Dominique Foxworth is right, I'm sure that he'll tell everyone how he predicted this on August 22nd, 2023, when Jordan Love's standing on the podium celebrating the Super Bowl, 60 championship or whatever it might be. I don't know. What number are we on for this year? 56? Look, it's great. I'm glad everyone's excited about him. I have seen encouraging signs from him, but as I'm sure, because you're such an avid listener to our show, Homer, I'm sure as you heard this morning, why do we have to? I don't understand why we got to do this. Like the hype machine. I don't get it. I don't see it as necessary, and I don't see it as positive. Now, if you're a fan, go at it. Go ahead. Like that's your job as a fan, is to get excited and be hopeful. Like, I've never understood what fun it is to be a fan and be a pessimist or a negative Nelly. Like, as a fan, you shouldn't do that. But if you are someone who is giving either information, like I try to do, and occasionally opinion, or giving lots of opinion and occasionally some information, like they do on TV, I feel like you don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. I have seen some encouraging signs, but preseason is preseason, and Dominique Foxworth knows that. And Dan Orlovsky knows that. And Pat McAfee knows that. Like, that's great that they're excited. But I'm trying to think of a time, because it obviously didn't happen in 2008 with everything else that was going on that summer. I'm trying to think of a time where the narrative has flipped so
wide.
The pendulum has swung to such a huge degree as it has on the Jordan Love thing. The same people that were saying that Goody was a complete idiot for moving on from a Hall of Fame quarterback, even one who was miserable here, and now are saying how great Jordan Love has looked.
Have they changed? Have some changed? I didn't know if they've changed.
I don't know. Yes, definitely some have changed, but my point is that no one keeps score.
I do.
Right? There's the guy who
score.
does like the freezing cold takes guy on Twitter, but I don't even know, or
I'm keeping score on this. But I haven't done a good enough score.
But you haven't done a good enough job because you don't know where these people were at before.
You mean have they changed on him?
Right.
No, I've pretty much seen assumed the ones have been reasonably consistent in what they said.
I think you're probably wrong on that.
It could be. If I am on anybody, then I'm sure someone will let me know. No first-round quarterbacks don't have the talent to be great. Now, he said that. I don't think that's accurate. I think there are a ton of first-round quarterbacks that. So he's given that's the part of the factor he puts in for Jordan Love. And I don't think that's true. But and this was the second part. Go ahead, Jason. So that's what I would disagree with that premise.
Let's do the last 5 years of first-round quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson.
Too early.
Kenny Pickett was the only one last year.
Might have the talent to be great.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones in 21.
All right, Mac Jones, no, and Zach Wilson, no.
2020, Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love.
Love would be the one question. The other ones I would think have the talent to be great, but we've already found a few, and we haven't gone that many years back.
Right, and let's go a few more than that, by the way, because there's a couple that I want to get to before we stop this exercise. So let's go through 2017. All right, 19, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, and the late Dwayne Haskins. I think you could argue that we're not convinced on
Tony,
any of the
you want to?
Nope, all you.
Oh,
all right.
But I agree.
2018,
questionable on all
2018,
three. It's hard when one's dead.
2018,
yes.
2018, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson.
All right, 2 great and 3 suckos. So yes,
right,
less than 50%. Yep.
And then here's the last one. I'm kind of tempted to go into 2016 now. 2017, Mitchell Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes,
1-1.
Deshaun Watson.
I'm going to give Watson the plus.
And Watson, I think I'm going to give him the 2, regardless of the off-the-field stuff. All right, last one, 2016, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, and Paxton Lynch.
We got 2 losers for sure.
and Goff is
yeah, correct. Yeah. No, I mean in addressing Foxworth, the number one point is the foundation of what you talk about Jordan Love, that foundation's wrong. So
especially where he was picked in the first round, because if you go into that even deeper, like Rodgers is a huge anomaly to have been picked that late and turn out as good as he is.
And now the second part that I wanted you to address, a championship caliber team the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, I don't see how you can say 5, but you can certainly say 4, but the fourth one being without Davante Adams.
You definitely can't say last year.
Correct.
Yeah, you can't say last year after you trade Davante Adams. You told they win against Detroit and they make the playoffs. They're not making the Super Bowl. They're not going on a 2010 run. Sorry. And then obviously they didn't even get the chance because they lost. 2021 and 2020, they were without a doubt the number 1 seed. No doubt championship. 2019, I mean, they had a first-year coach. They were coming off of a losing season. They had a good team. I didn't expect them to go to the NFC Championship game, but as you recall on this show, I predicted they'd make the playoffs, and Matt LaFleur would be the first Packers coach in team history to make the playoffs in his first year, and that did occur, but that was it. I never saw them playing in an NFC Championship game, and then in 2018, they didn't have a championship-level team, and in 2017, they might have, but Rodgers breaks his collarbone.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 4-1 at the time he got hurt. So I'll give you 17, 20, 21. So 3 out of the last 6 years,
Right.
I would say they were a legit championship-level
So
team.
any wish to believe what he says, you have to factor in 2 of his foundations, which you might question, that have nothing to do with Jordan Love.
I wouldn't might. I definitely would question.
Definitely would. All right. I just wanted a last quick thought on Valentin, who I'm worried that he won't play as much as people think because I think he's a penalty waiting to happen on a regular basis, especially in the regular season. Doesn't mean...
Yeah, he's got to grow. Yeah, I really like him. I love his demeanor. I love his talent. I really like him. Unless somebody gets hurt, I don't think it's a good story. I don't think they're going to force him onto the field. I don't think they're going to move guys around to get him out there. I think they're excited that they found a diamond in the rough. I'm not ready to put him in the 7th-round pantheon of Mark Tauscher, Donald Driver, Adam Timmerman, etc. But he's been good, and he's going to grow. But much like Jordan Love sitting behind Aaron Rodgers, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world for Carrington Valentine to be the 5th corner and be sitting watching Jair Alexander every day. So, no, he's got a long way to go, but there is talent there that you don't normally see from a guy in that position. And so, again, no doubt, be excited about him. He has been a very pleasant surprise. I did not, when they drafted him, I had no idea he was going to come in and have the kind of camp he's had. Those are the kinds of great things about training camp that I really love, is when that guy, like Mark Tauscher, Tim Van Born and I can tell you stories about coming to practice in 99, and I think Donald Driver was wearing number 13, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. And we're like, this 13 guy from Elkhorn State, this guy's unbelievable. And he actually sustained it once the veterans got here. Now, it took him, 3 years to become a consistent contributor? So it takes time. And that's my argument. That's my frustration with the Jordan Love narrative that has now run off the tracks of hype, is that there are some encouraging signs, and it's okay to get excited about them. But let's make sure we are realistic, because you're not doing them any favors by ratcheting up expectations like all these national folks are doing, and then they're going to be the first ones to crucify him if they lose their first. Are they? If they lose their first their first 2 games, and he plays nothing like he played in the preseason, they're going to kill him. And then they're going to say, well, you got to, and then they're going to add, like I'm saying now, well, you got to be patient. He's a first-year starter.
That's why we're here to keep things in the proper context. As much as I said about Valentine, I do think I'm thinking Anthony Johnson will play more than Valentine. Are you joining that club, given that he's also?
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to join that club either. But I like him a lot too. But I don't. Again, his situation is more tied to the fact that I don't think they love anybody at safety right now. I think that's still wide open.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time. See, I don't make any. Well, they're going to be the ones to rip him.
They will, though.
I don't know that they will, and I don't. It doesn't.
I know that they will.
I don't care. I just go by what their prediction was and how good they are at those predictions.
But so you care that they're praising him right now, but you won't care when they rip him.
No, I care that whatever their opinion is, good or bad, I'm going to keep track of it to see if they were accurate.
So you're caring then?
That just on what they say. I don't know and don't care whether they, if he plays bad, rip him or whatever they do. They're held they're held responsible for their assessment of how good he would be. That's the challenge everybody has. If he doesn't make the Packer Hall of Fame, then I will be wrong.
Won't be your first time.
Second. I also won't be the one that will change my opinion about how he plays based on my prediction. And I'm not sure as many people do it as Jason says, but we'll find out. Next.
The Homer and Tony.
He is not referred to as Thanasis on this show, by the way.
What do you mean? What's he referred to as?
Giannis's brother. That's what he is.
Oh, that's rude.
Oh, come. Is that rude?
Call him Thanasis.
Oh.
He's not Giannis's brother. He's his own guy.
No, he's not.
All right, Nancy's husband.
Yeah. I've been Herb True's kid my whole life. You know what my job was? If I didn't want to be that, then I had to be bigger than my dad. I've thought that I have led a decent life, but not as great as my dad's. And it ain't going to happen now that I'm 68.
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We're moving along a little bit slowly right now. Southbound 41's got some heavy pockets of traffic. 17 minutes from Highway Q to the Zoo. Southbound 43 also going to be slowing down. Brown Deer Road to downtown is about 19 minutes. So we're looking at an extra 8. Those delays kick in right about at Silver Spring. Don't really let up till you get past Locust. And then on 894 eastbound, slowing down right out of the Mitchell interchange out towards 60th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy and muggy, a low of 71. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, very hot and humid, with a high of 100, heat index up to 110. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The Aaron's Art of Wheels Vintage Weekend wraps up the 2023 Road America race season September 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Even when you think you know what's going on.
I think first date, you want to see how she handles the corn dog. Am I right? Craig, are you with me or what?
You can never be too sure.
I don't think there should be separate rules for females and males.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
I want to see how Chewy handles that corn dog.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
To be labeled as bourbon, a whiskey must be distilled from a mash that is at least 51% made of this grain.
What is corn?
Correct.
I'll take liquor for 800.
A cocktail of rum, grapefruit juice, lime juice, simple syrup, and maraschino liqueur is a daiquiri named for this American author.
Who is Ernest Hemingway?
Correct again, Marie. You're on a roll.
Liquor for 1,000, Ken.
Taking a shot of whiskey and immediately chugging a beer is a quote-unquote recipe for this drink, named because it was once served to workers ending their shifts.
What is a Boilermaker?
Unbelievable. Tell us, how do you know so much?
Well, Ken, I am from Discount Liquor, where we have an encyclopedia-like knowledge of all things alcohol. We've been a family-owned and operated business since 1960, and we've all grown up with alcohol as a second language. Our business has literally served multiple generations of Wisconsinites. In Milwaukee, on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha, on Main and Barstow.
Discount Liquor.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Brewers today. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry, here to tell you about Ridgetop Exterior's most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Everyone is gearing up for the start of the football season for the Green and Gold, and we've got your chance to see the new quarterback under center live and in person. thanks to Mars Cheese Castle. Head to Mars Cheese Castle in Kenosha now and enter to win by scanning the QR code inside the store. Fill out the form, and you're entered for the chance at a pair of tickets to the Sunday, September 10th season opener in Chicago. Oh, baby. I can't win. Damn. You have until Tuesday, September the 5th to enter at Mars Cheese Castle. Only one fan can be crowned the Big Cheese and win these 2 tickets. Visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com for official contest rules.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I think what we're seeing in Green Bay, Greeny, is why their blueprint is impressive and why they believe in it so much. I understand it's the preseason. I'm aware of that. But if Jordan Love plays in the regular season the way he has in the preseason, San Francisco, Philly, Dallas, they've got another person sitting at the table for the playoff.
All right. Got to play like he's played in the preseason. I think his quarterback.
What have they seen? Like 3-4 series?
Nah, his quarterback rating's really high, 124.8. So I don't know what standard they'll use to say as he played that well. But, like, they're going to be in the playoff run. They got to adhere to the Homer standard. That's crap.
You have a standard?
I have a standard, yes.
You do?
When you talk about, hold on, we've had this for this.
No, when did that start?
About the Packers this season. Before you tell me anything about the Packers, what's the first thing I need to know, Pebble?
What your record is.
Yes, what the record's going to be. Don't give me this, they'll be close.
So you need a record prediction?
I need a record prediction before they start talking. Because that tells me the context in which all this other stuff says. All right, we've heard.
Really?
And we are the international headquarters. And if there's something you don't know about Jordan Love that you would like to know, by all means, talk or text line 1-800-990-3776. Yeah, I need to know. Before he talks, before Dominic Foxworth talks, I want to know how many wins. I got 7. Hall of Fame?
6.
Pebble?
8.
And it would be accurate to say that none of us have changed anything.
How much money am I going to win when they don't make 10?
You already got. I paid you $60. And if they make 10, if they win 10, I think it's more than. I think it's 10. Then you owe me $260, the 60, and then an additional $200. So, yeah,
What do you mean you already paid me?
I gave you the $60.
Oh, you did?
Yes, June 21st, 2023. Paid $60 for Tony. I win $200 and the $60 if they win 10 games.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm the underdog.
I was Vegas.
Yeah,
so you paid
that's
me
right.
$60.
Yeah, I did because I thought it was a good idea.
Should I write down a little piece of paper?
I don't need it. I trust you.
You got it?
I also have the other bet because I am Mr. Hedge.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That I bet on the
MC Homer Hedge.
Packers being under 7.5. I win more if they finish 7.5. Under 7. Now, if they have, yes.
How much you win then?
I'm not really going to say how much I bet that they'll be under 7.5. But I'm down.
You bet a lot.
I'm down 60.
Well, you bet you're going to win more than 200.
No. I'm going to win more than 60. I'm not going to win more than 200.
Oh, 60.
Because I'm out 60.
You're down 60.
I'm down 60. I will be up if they win less than 7.5 games. I think that's a personal thing I don't need to tell anybody about. But my point is, I get killed if they go 8 or 9 wins. Then I lose everything.
Oh, yeah.
But that happens.
That means Pebble's going to be right. 8 wins. There it is.
Yes. But my point is, if any of these comments made one of us change our numbers, that is of note.
They won't.
Well, they might. I don't know who would have to that would change my mind. Maybe Kurt Warner.
My number could change after I see 2 games. Maybe.
Okay. No, I'm saying before the regular season. That's
nothing's going to change.
Nothing's going to change.
No.
We need to get Kurt Warner on. If Kurt Warner or Trent
reserve
Dilfer,
the right to change after 2 games.
You can change whenever you want.
I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
1 game won't do it. 2 games.
2 games.
I might have a change.
All right.
If I see something significant. If I see nothing significant to change, I won't change.
Right.
But I'm reserving the right to change after 2 games.
My point is all the chit-chat and it's a comment about things.
Chit-chatting, I'm not paying attention to chit-chat.
Right, but I'm saying that doesn't count. The only thing that counts is when you change the number of wins you think they're going to have, not just you, but everybody.
I don't subscribe to chatter.
Yeah. So clearly ESPN has not adhered to the Homer standard for this season because we didn't get any number from Orlovsky.
Beware
we didn't
of
get
the
any
Homer
number.
standard. Not even.
Not in this case. This is I want to know how many wins you think they're going to have before you tell me all the other stuff. Because I want to know the context. Since we said you could say all the great stuff you want about Jordan Love. If you then say they're going to win 7 games, I'm going, all right. Now I know the context in which you're saying that.
To you, that means what? You don't really believe.
No, you don't think he's going to be that good.
Gotcha.
Because the assumption to me, and I have it, is that the defense will give up fewer points than last year. Doesn't mean how much better they're going to be, but they've given up 371 the last 2 years. They're going to give up fewer than that. The problem is, can they score as many points as last year? And I would probably say no. And last year, history should state, the problem was the offense. The defense was good enough to make the playoffs. The offense was the problem. And so it's not like we have a normal standard of Aaron Rodgers. We have a low performance of Aaron Rodgers in the offense. And I'm still wondering if they're going to score that many points. And if they don't,
duly noted,
then they aren't making the playoffs unless the offense is spectacular.
What's next?
More brilliance on the Homer Foundation's next.
More of Homer and Tony next on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound on 43. We are seeing some backups right now. Brown Deer Road to downtown will be about a 17-minute ride. Delays coming in from just north of Hampton Avenue down past Locust. And westbound 94 filling in a little bit from 30th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Then we've also got a little bit of a backup along southbound 41, basically from Appleton Avenue all the way down to just about Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy and muggy with a low of 71. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, very hot and humid, a high of 100 with a heat index up to 110. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Make the most of your summer at Maddie's Bar and Grill in New Berlin in the new Big Backyard. Greetings, ESPN Milwaukee listeners. This is Matt Anderson from Maddie's, and I invite you to check out our outdoor party paradise, featuring our new amphitheater for live music weekly and built-in 18-foot jumbotron for incredible sports viewing parties. Multiple bars, including Tapville, Greater Milwaukee's first self-pour bar featuring craft cocktails, wines, seltzers, and beer. Can't wait for you to see what we've created. See you when I'm looking at you.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
When you're replacing the dude in Aaron Rodgers, who is going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, when you're replacing that guy and people say, oh, so that's why they drafted you in the first round. We're going to find out about Jordan Love. That's why I think expectations are higher for him this year than Justin Fields.
No way, Freddie.
Yes,
no way.
Yes, completely
no way.
Yeah,
for them individually?
You know why?
No
because
way.
Justin Fields is coming off a 3-14 season with this football team.
And by the way,
anything
all three of those wins,
better than that.
All three of those wins, he's had to perform at an extremely high level.
Right, exactly.
Right? Okay.
He's had but he still does not have a good core of players around him that makes that a playoff team. So they get the 7 wins. They'll throw a damn parade in Chicago because they're seeing progress. Mm-hmm. If you're Jordan Love and you're coming off a season where people couldn't wait for you to be out there in Green Bay and replacing Aaron Rodgers, going to go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, those expectations will be exponentially higher because you're coming from a different skill set.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-375-2830. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-375-2830 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-375-2830 to see if you qualify. That's 800-375-2830.
After a tough battle, Catholic Memorial looks to get back on track. The Crusaders play host to the Marquette Hilltoppers on Friday night. Gabe Neitzel and Mike Bedole have the call starting at 6:30 right here on 94.5 ESPN. Catholic Memorial Football on 94.5 ESPN is brought to you by R&R Insurance, Gerald Nell Inc., Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, Wind Dancer Balloon Promotions, Suburban Asphalt, Perspire Sauna Studio, Home Sealed Exteriors, BC Adhesives, and Lake 5 Landscape Supply.
When you think about the NFC and the pantheon of quarterbacks, it's Jalen Hurts and then who? Is it a healthy Matthew Stafford? Did Jared Goff do enough in the last 10 games to convince you that he could be that quarterback? Is it Dak Prescott? Now, with all the new quarterbacks starting, whether it's the NFC South or the NFC North, now that we know that Aaron Rodgers is gone, I think it's wide open. This team defensively, there's number one pick after number one pick on that side of the football. It's time for them to produce, but they're going to need defensive coordinator Coach Barry to put them in position to make those plays.
Is that Ryan Clark? I don't give a damn how many number one picks you have on defense.
Sounds like trouble.
No, I'm not.
He just said they're depending on Barry to put him in position.
Yeah, but I don't care.
What are the chances of that?
I don't know, but I've never followed other teams where they talked about an offense or defense is going to be or should be good based on the number of number one picks. It's some fact that they've thrown out.
Makes sense.
I know, but I've never heard it talked about with other teams. Nobody cares about how many number one picks they are. They care about how good the players are, and some of them have been number one picks and been around for. They know they're not that good.
Yeah, but they're saying that with respect to if you have those number one picks, you should be good.
Yeah, unless the guy drafting the picks didn't make very good picks with some of them, and that would seem to me to be the case. But
general premise is if you are a first-round pick, you're going to be good.
Right. But I just don't remember teams analyzing a defense going, hey, they got a lot of number one picks. They would say, hey, they got these good players, or they're not mentioning what round they were picked in. But
You're mincing words right now. That's essentially what they're saying. First-round pick equals good player. You should have a good player. You should have a bunch of good players. Don't screw it up, Barry. That's the bottom line. What they're saying.
My answer, if I'm Barry, is don't judge on how good you think those players are, not in what round they were taken. Do you think I have enough talent? Like, for example, Eric Stokes, I think he's a first-round pick. That don't make me think the Packers' defense is going to be better. I don't think he's that good, and he's hurt all the time. So the fact that he's a first-round pick, he was pick number 29. So should the defense be better? No, he's not that good. I don't care what round he's picked in. That's
he
on
should be
Goody.
good, though.
Well, but that's on Goody, not the
He should be
defensive
good.
coordinator. You'd think. That's the other first-round picks. 2000, Quay Walker, yeah. Devontae Wyatt, like them. In 2020, they didn't have a defensive first-round pick. Jair Alexander, 2018, 2019. Rashawn Gary, yeah, it's good. Darnell Savage, first-round pick. So I don't know. You can't even. Nobody even knows how many first-round picks other teams have in terms of their defense because nobody necessarily keeps track of it. There is a new baseball stadium they're talking about building in Kansas City, which made me think my new additional Homer Foundation. Every stadium should be a retractable dome in baseball or football. I don't care where it is. Retractable dome. Awesome. Costs a ton of money. I get it, but you had a retractable dome. Could you have a Super Bowl in Green Bay? If Lambeau Field was a retractable dome, would there ever be a Super Bowl in Green Bay?
No.
What do you say, Pebble?
No.
Why not?
Why?
Because you got the greatest, the history of the NFL. Green Bay is one of the greatest towns in the history of the NFL. And you have a retractable dome, so you know the weather's going to be okay for the game and for the fans for that game. And it's going to be in February. I wish to say that I also would vote no, only because there just isn't enough room for all the people. But I mean, you have these baseball games in the World Series and stuff. The weather's horrible. No, Retractable dome. Spend the money. Let's go. Every stadium, put this down, Discount Liquor Twitter poll question, Pebble. Every stadium, new stadium built in the country for baseball and football should be a retractable dome. You want to join that club? Hall of Famer?
No. Well, I don't get the. I don't get your philosophy.
It means everything's going to be it's better for the fans. You have a retractable dome. You have fair weather conditions. You have too many baseball games in the World Series sometimes where it's freezing cold. This is the most important series in all of baseball. There should be a limit to how bad the weather can be, and now you can solve that problem by just building a retractable dome. If the weather's good, it's open. It's bad, it's closed. Everywhere. You're not Pebble?
No, I enjoy the elements.
Oh God, the elements. So you like, just like you like a human element with an ump, balls and strikes. They suck. So you think it's
like in like some places you don't need retractable. It's not going to be nice weather most of the time.
In some places you need retractable domes because it's too damn hot. That too. You can do it now.
Some you just need a regular dome because it's always cold anyway.
Yeah, but I want to be open to if
like
the
Minnesota,
weather's good.
The season's cold.
Right, but I can see if the weather's reasonable, even cold, you could still have the dome open. You can, if you want to play football in football weather, fine, but you can't. There's a limit to where you use the dome. And we know this.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. You're now doing dollars and cents.
The dome is not cheap. The
I agree.
retractable
No,
dome is not cheap.
Come on, they got so much money for cities and doing stuff
give it
like
to the
that.
players. Forget about the retractable dome.
Yes, every dome. Pebble, do you want that?
No.
Put that down as a Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Homer says every new stadium in professional football and baseball should be a retractable dome.
Yep,
Agree or
put it up
disagree?
Right now.
Yeah.
ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter, at Homer and Tony on Twitter. Homer says every future stadium built for baseball and football should have a retractable dome. Agree or disagree?
I think you better put professional. I don't know that you could do it in college. I'm not sure they maybe they even have more money in college. I don't know. That'd be my only question about college. All right, let's see how the other Discount Liquor Twitter poll questions are going. Some love for Jordan Love, and we are going to play. We are going to play Dominic Foxworth again because everybody needs to hear that. And you do have the Adam Shine one ready with it too, correct?
I do, yes.
So people can hear the incredible wide difference in terms of the opinions about Jordan Love. Packers can win a Super Bowl in the next few years with Jordan Love at quarterback. Agree or disagree? 76.6% agree. So forget what you hear from one tweet, whatever. The reality is, on Twitter, the poll, Packer fans believe. With Jordan Love, I believe. That's the number to know. Jordan Love is really freaking good. Now, that comes from Rich Eisen, right?
Really freaking good.
Really freaking good. 54% say yes, 46% say no. So there's even a limit. I think if you just said he was going to be good, really freaking good is probably a little too much. I do not believe he's going to be really freaking good.
What's he going to be?
Good. Good.
Good?
Yeah, good.
That's
better. Yeah, good. Better than average. Yeah. Nothing special. I don't think there's anything special.
Nothing special?
I think he'll make the playoffs. Yeah. But like Don Majkowski. Somebody said Don Majkowski, Lynn Dickey. He'll be a...
yeah, but you said Packer Hall of Fame, though.
Yeah.
So that's nothing special?
It's not special, but special. It's good. Good. I mean...
Make up your mind. You said Packer Hall of Fame.
Packer Hall of Fame.
You're on record.
That
Now
doesn't
you're saying
mean...
nothing special.
That doesn't mean you have to be special, but...
You
Good
have to be special in the Packer Hall
not
of
as
Fame?
a quarterback, no. Don Majkowski. He needs to make the playoffs a year or two.
So Packer Hall of Fame is team-based?
Yes, correct. Yes.
How far the team did, not what you did?
Well, it's not like being in the NFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, all right. I'm just trying to nail you down.
I know,
here.
that's
You're
fine.
all
Be
over the
nailed
place
down.
right now.
No, he's
Well, Packer Hall of Fame doesn't seem as the same as nothing special to me. I don't know.
Oh,
It seems
okay.
like a little discrepancy there.
got to make the playoffs. Got to make the playoffs. I would say he's got to make the playoffs a couple times.
A couple times? How many years is he here? A couple times.
I would say as a starter, how many is he going to be the starter?
No, I'm saying you said he's got to make the playoffs.
He's got to make the playoffs twice.
Half the time?
A little less.
He
can be okay.
Does he make it 2?
If he can, I would think if he makes it twice in 4 years, he'll still be around for more than 4 years.
Okay, so.
But I would say he's got to make the playoffs at least twice. Got to win a playoff game in order to make the Packer Hall of Fame.
8 years, only makes it twice.
Now we're getting iffy. Now we're getting iffy.
A few texts to the Talking Text line, ESPN Milwaukee Talking Text line. JD from Fondy says Green Bay could have a Super Bowl now, just not enough accommodations in a 1-hour commute. John on the 414 says there's not enough hotel rooms in the Green Bay area for a Super Bowl. And Justin from the MKE says for baseball, it's a no-brainer. Nothing worse than a rainout when you travel to see a game.
Yeah.
Football, absolutely not. Snow games are the best.
Yeah, but you can decide a snow game. You can open the dome. That's the great thing about a retractable dome. You can.
Yeah, but why would, if you got a dome, why would you want it to snow?
Because just like I said, there's some situations that are football oriented, and you would be okay.
What would determine
snow?
Hey, we want a snow game.
All right, if it's a snow game and we're 30 degrees, 30 something like that, and we can get the snow off the field, yeah. Open the dome up for the game.
Get the snow off the field?
Yeah. So that it doesn't overly affect the game, you know. But yeah, snow, you could have a snow game. Snowy often it can be a little bit warmer and it's nice out. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're saying right now.
You didn't like it in the first place.
It's very confusing right now.
No, my point is a retractable dome. You get the choice.
I know you're very confusing now.
You can have
First,
bad
Jordan Love's
weather.
going to be a Packer Hall of Famer. Then it's just going to be nothing special. Now you want a dome, but you want to open it when there's snow. So we have a snow game.
No, some people would, some don't. It depends. Like in Minnesota,
who's deciding this?
The people the team that has the dome. They think it's better for their team that they play in snow. Then you leave it open.
Whoever's deciding to get a dome ain't going to be thinking like you.
All right. Apparently,
I mean, I want it to snow, but I want a dome.
No, but it's the possibility
I just don't get
the
it.
possibility of playing.
Hey, here's the bad news.
What?
We got to go to break, and I'm not going to understand it before break anyway. So we might as well go now.
Next.
Full show podcasts, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
Made by me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
This is the year to buy the woman you love a big anniversary diamond.
What's a big anniversary diamond?
A big anniversary diamond is any diamond that's at least twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Why twice as big?
A big anniversary diamond says, I love you twice as much today as the day I married you.
People are always so happy when they see the price we can give them.
Kessler's has wonderful prices on 1 carat, carat and a half, 2 carat, and 3 carat big anniversary diamonds.
People will ask you about your big diamond everywhere you go.
So big anniversary diamonds are the hot new trend?
It began with men buying big anniversary diamonds for the women they love. But now it's gone to a whole new level.
Women are now buying big anniversary diamonds for their men.
Women are saying 2 can play that game.
I like games that 2 can play.
Everybody likes games that 2 can play.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location nearest you, go to Kessler'sDiamonds.com.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely gonna need a cold one. There's the one. That's right, we're going with an Oktoberfest from Potosi. And now that fall is peeking its head around the corner, I'm joined by Wonder from Potosi Brewing Company to share all about what Potosi has going on with their fall special seasonals.
Our Oktoberfest comes in at 5.5%. It's golden, it's got a great balance of hops and malts. It's a great beer. We're also coming out with Stingy Jack. This is our pumpkin spice beer. And then it's also balanced with pumpkin pie spices. That also comes in at 6.5%. Both of them come in cans and in draft.
Thanks to Wonder for telling us all about the brews so we can look forward as the season starts to turn. And remember, folks, as you head towards fall and football season, the fridge better be stocked.
Heading up north this summer for some golf? Be sure to book a tee time at the Ball Golf Course, an Arnold Palmer masterpiece just north of Milwaukee on the way to Kohler. It's the best destination for your next Wisconsin round of golf. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the bog.
Hey, this is Bo stepping in for Ridgetop Larry, here to tell you about Ridgetop Exterior's most affordable payment options, including no interest and low interest financing. For your free estimate, visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Packers fans, can you feel the excitement in the air? Preseason football is upon us. And if you want to rep the green and gold, they've got you. With Packers checking from Associated Bank, you can make every transaction a touchdown with an exclusive Packers debit MasterCard. Plus, every Packers checking card holder scores 10% off at the Packers Pro Shop, both in-store and online all year long. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone, conversations with a stranger.
The Milwaukee Brewers are back at home tonight against the Minnesota Twins, who are shocking the world by being in first place by 6 games, because they're the only team in their division that's above 500. They're 65-60, and they have a 6-game division lead. The Brewers, on the other hand, everybody should know how big the division lead is. Pebble?
Was it 2.5?
2.5 over who?
Or the Reds?
Nope, the Chicago Cubs.
Huh?
And you can quote me on this. The Cubs are the team that are going to challenge the Brewers to the end, not the Reds. The Reds pitching stinks, and they're now 4 games back. The Cubs are 2.5. The Brewers are in first place, 11 games above 500 off that impressive sweep over the Texas Rangers, and they are back in action at home tonight. A 2-game series against the Twins this evening, and then tomorrow afternoon. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why the schedule is set that way. I say every future professional sports stadium built for baseball and football should have a retractable dome. Agree or disagree? 46% agree, 54% disagree.
Justin from the MKA.
I expect a slight loss because I'm a visionary.
I can't think of a bigger waste of money than building a dome and then letting the snow/cold in. Your brain is quite the place, Homer.
Yeah, I cram to understand that concept.
Again, not everybody's going to want to do that.
No, it's not about wanting to do it. I can't understand it.
Why?
Like Justin said, it doesn't make sense. Like you build a dome because you want consistent elements.
For football, a little bit different. Football, you can if you choose. If you're in the Twin Cities and you think your fans would like, or your coach feels like it's a slight benefit to have a more natural situation, then you can do that. Do I think many teams would do it? Probably not. Or if the league said, "Hey, we don't want domes or whatever. Mm-hmm. We want everything in the NFC championship games to be played outdoors." Well, a retractable dome you have outdoors, but you also have it much more comfortable for the fans than in a normal outdoor stadium. So, I mean, part of the ability of a retractable dome is also the area where the fans can be, where they don't have to deal with so much of the normal weather conditions. So it probably needs a little work to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got some splaining to do.
No, I think that it's, as people said, it's more likely that you would do it for sure in baseball more than football. But it can be done in football for those people that still want to have the natural elements, because they can choose to have them in those certain situations. What do I think would occur?
Certain situations.
In most games, I think the dome would be closed. But for example, the Packers, they had a retractable dome. That dome's open in every game in September. That dome's open in every game in October. That dome's open in every game in November. They're playing in natural conditions. Now you get to the point where it gets a little cold and bad. Close it up.
But that's the Packer advantage, they say, though.
Well,
now
then
you're taking away the advantage.
Then, if they feel like it's an advantage, they have the ability to keep it open.
Never have it closed.
Oh, well, no.
So then you don't even need one.
Again, with Aaron Rodgers, for example, you were better off to have it closed. He was better in a closed situation than he was open.
Aaron Rodgers ain't there.
Well, but he was for a long time. So during that time,
it's a lot of was.
During that time, they would have had it closed.
Right now.
Not right now. All right, right now, every future professional sports stadium, retractable dome, baseball and football, I am agreeing with me 45%.
Players change more than your stadium, so.
Okay. Jordan Love is really freaking good. Eisen said that. 55% agree. He's doing better. People love some Jordan Love. Be aware of that. Be aware of that. Don't be influenced by somebody who quotes somebody in social media that people are mean to Jordan Love. They're not mean to Jordan Love. They love them some Jordan Love.
Very aware.
Can they win a Super Bowl the next few years with Jordan Love at quarterback? 77% agree. Hear that? 77% say the Packers can win a Super Bowl the next few years with Jordan Love at quarterback. Listening? What's that percentage again, Pebble?
77%.
77%. Don't be giving me some week one tweet. Close, please.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. White people.
I will bet anybody.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.